Hello, everyone. This is Frank George for the Protection Project. I am broadcasting from Wyoming, which is where I live, and I have concerns about illegal immigration, the possibilities of terrorists coming into Wyoming. And I've long heard that there are buses coming in with what one would describe as illegal aliens to Wyoming. I've heard it from several sources. I finally found someone who is willing to speak on the subject. And so we are going to speak to Cheryl Aguire. She is very much involved in all things Wyoming and keeping Wyoming safe. So let's speak to Cheryl, shall we? Cheryl, you're one of the few persons that I know that has personally seen buses that apparently come with an illegal alien group. I've heard from some others here in Basin and in Grable, but you're the only one that's really scrutinized it and done something with it. Can you describe where you saw this, when you saw it, and what was it?
Well, I think it was probably about 6-7 weeks ago. I was driving from the south, Cheyenne area with a friend of mine. And we were probably somewhere between Douglas and Casper on I-25 going north. Mm-hmm. And we saw this bus, and we're both, very active in the Republican Party in Wyoming. And we were probably doing something to do with that would be my guess. But we drove next to it. It had government plate, USGOV.T.
Right.
And then it was like I'm not going to say white, but it was like a off-white, I guess you might want to call it. And then I looked up in the windows and there were men, looked like maybe Central American descent men in the windows. And so I said to her, wow, that's really interesting. So we got to Casper and we pulled off and got gas. And as we're getting gas, there goes that bus. We were just pulling out and the bus goes by us. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of that road, but anywhere it's not the Hat 6 exit, but it's the next exit. So we followed it up to this grocery store parking lot, and it's right there on the intersection, and the bus pulled in and we pulled in, parked kind of by the Wendy's there, and they just let them all out and drove away. And they were all men, all males. They were all, under 30, I would say. And they all had the same like camel backpacks on. And we didn't follow any of them. We head home. I live up in Thermopolis and she lives in Cody. So that's pretty much, it was just strange and unusual. How's that?
Is it something that concerns you in terms of worrying you to some degree about what may actually be happening with that?
Oh, absolutely. Because you obviously, I've obviously heard in the news that, people are, just, there's an illegal immigration problem in the country. Our borders have been open, and people are being welcomed here by the current administration and our current governor. And I don't believe anything they say when they say, there's nothing going on. If there is, be sure you let us know. Yeah, right. You're actually, I believe that we're getting money for these people to come here, and that the NGOs in the state are also being hush-hush about it. And if you see something, it's important to, sorry about that. If you see something, it's important to think about it at least, and to let other people know.
Yeah, well, you're describing a stealth operation, and obviously that is what a lot of it is, though it's done in plain sight. But you said that you believe that Mark Gordon is welcoming them here as well. Is that what you meant?
Oh, I think Mark Gordon would do anything for a buck. So, excuse me. I think Mark Gordon would have us do anything for a buck.
All right. That is, if anything is happening with illegal immigration here, and we are like Cheyenne is what 100 and something miles away from Denver, Colorado, where that's a sanctuary city. There's all kinds of stuff supposedly happening in Aurora, Colorado, with violent gangs from Venezuela. It is a matter of concern for me and my family what's going on in this state. I have phoned the governor's office and didn't get diddly. That was a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to do it again today. This is their final chance to say something about it.
A friend of mine was just telling me, I was telling him I was going to be talking to you about this issue. And I said, the only thing I really know is my feelings on it as far as Mark Gordon's involvement and the open border. Mm-hmm. And how I don't believe you can have a country without a border.
You can't.
Especially if it's porous. And also that, what my experience was seeing that bus with a bunch of men on it, all with similar apparel, so to speak, and then just being let off. I had no idea I don't know if they came out of a prison or what, but I don't think that was the case. But anyway, my friend, I was talking to him about this, and he lives over in Sheridan County, and he has a friend who is a school teacher, of which I won't say where, but she is also, I think both her parents are military or spent their whole life in the military, and I think she actually spent some time in the military. So they're they kind of see those things, I guess, more than other people might. Mm-hmm. And she teaches special education. And she says that there is a huge influx of these children, and they're being put in these high cost classes. I guess I'm not using the correct words because I don't know the education system that well, but these high end or high cost classes and schools, because they do have special needs. They don't speak the language, and they may be either ill or whatever. But she says she's got like 98% of her class are people that are probably not here legally. The children. And he suggested that might be one way we could kind of figure out how many are here and where are they, is to look at the schools.
Absolutely. Now, is this a recent bump up in numbers? Is it a recent bump up in numbers that she has seen?
Oh, huge. Yeah. This year.
Oh, yep. that right there says a lot. Do you think the governor's office would have information about this?
That they tell you? No.
But you think they have information?
Well, I would wonder if you couldn't even get that information from the Department of Education.
It's a good point.
Just a thought. It was actually a really good idea on his part.
I think so.
That was Rich Weber. You might want to give him a
Sure. Hey, if he'll answer the phone and he's willing to talk, I'll do it. I haven't had much luck with Rich of late.
Not willing to talk? He would absolutely talk.
All right. We'll see if we can get him, because we want to dig down to find the truth of all this. I'm sure you're aware, some people who work for the CIA, some people who work for the FBI have warned that there are terrorist elements within all the states. So this is something that puts us at risk.
Yeah.
So this is one of my many concerns.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I said, well, how do you know? Because he was telling me, oh, there's blah blah blah. He was telling me all these people are here, and my question was, how do you know? And he said, well, schools. I thought, oh, yep, there it is.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Hey, well, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for the great interview. Bye-bye.
You too, Frank. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.